Good morning. It is first thing on Monday, about 8:30. I've just got out of the shower and it is time to start another weekly vlog. Now, this week's vlog has a very specific theme, which is trying out a new writing routine. The routine itself is very, very simple. To spend 1 hour a day on either writing or marketing and to track the time I spend. I did actually get a start on this routine last week. I worked for an hour 5 days of the week and managed 40 minutes the other 2 days. But my schedule was a bit fractured because it was the second week of the Easter school holidays. So we are getting back to normality this week and I am hoping to make better use of this new routine. Also, one of my neighbours is hammering something, so I apologise if you can hear that. So let's talk about why I have decided to try this routine. Now, I'm pretty good at making myself write nearly every day. And I have done experiments where I have written every single day for an entire year. And I'm also reasonably good at ticking off the other items on my to-do list. So this isn't exactly a productivity shift. I'm already quite productive with the time I have. But I sometimes feel that I don't always spend my time as wisely as I could. Usually on my to-do list for the week, there is a single book project and I will have a target to write, say, 8,000 to 10,000 words of that. But because that is only one item, I tend to then fill up the rest of the page with other smaller tasks. These might be social media, admin, YouTube work, and it feels very nice to be able to tick those things off. It's very satisfying to have lots of little boxes and to tick off several in a day. But the main focus of my time really needs to be writing. And I need to make sure that I'm really spending the majority of my time on writing, not on admin or making videos. So this new routine is a way of codifying this process. I'm trying to work for 1 hour a day and I am specifically setting the goal of 5 days a week on writing and 2 on marketing and everything else. Now I'm hoping, because I can write just about 2,000 words an hour, that across 5 days I will be able to write about 10,000 words a week. I am very aware that the marketing and video tasks I give myself in a week will probably not fit into 2 hours. I'm either going to have to work longer or cut back on the number of tasks, and I haven't quite decided which I'm going to do yet. But really, like I said, this is an experiment in not so much how much I work, but how I work and how I spend my time. So like I said, it's Monday morning, we have guests in the house and I will be cleaning and doing laundry later, but they don't leave until 11, so I have a bit of free time now. Today is going to be a writing day. I'd like to get 1 or 2 writing days in before I jump to marketing this week. So let's get to it. I've written about 750 words in my first 20 minutes. That's a really good start to the morning. That's probably above my usual writing speed. So I think next I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and keep going. It is a little after 11 o'clock and I am done. I have spent an hour writing. I did it in several different chunks because I did get distracted a few times, but I've written just shy of 2,000 words and I'm very happy with that, and I can now go on with my day. I think it's on quieter days that this new routine is really going to come into its own. On the busy days when I am trying to squeeze writing in around other things, maybe I won't reach 2,000 words and maybe I won't get to sit down to the keyboard for an hour. But on those days, I will just do what I can and that's fine. But today, although I do have some day job work to do, I also have a lot of flexibility and I find it quite hard to know when to stop. I'm sure a lot of self-employed people have this problem. When I'm writing books, I can just keep going almost indefinitely. There are maybe another 15 or 20,000 words of this book to write, so I could literally write all day and probably all the rest of the week and still not be finished. But that's not a particularly healthy way to work. So by setting myself the task of just writing for 1 hour, once that is done, the pressure is then lifted. I don't have to spend the rest of my day thinking about writing and how much I should write and whether I should go back to it, whether I can take a break. It is done. It is ticked off the to-do list and I can move on. Now there will be days when I want to write for longer than an hour and write more than 2,000 words, but it becomes more of a voluntary thing rather than this pressure in the back of my head telling me that I need to work harder, write faster, get the book done. Objectively, I am very happy to just write 2,000 words a day. When I don't have this structure to my days, I can easily write 2,000 words and still feel like I'm slacking off. So having the extra structure is really helping with that. I feel very satisfied with what I've done today. I'm very glad to not have to think about the book for the rest of the day. I can get on with my day job work. I can maybe do a bit of marketing or video work if I want to this afternoon. And I will come back to the writing tomorrow. Good morning. It is Wednesday and I am just getting my day started. Now, yesterday was a writing day. I did not film because I was really busy with a lot of day job work. We also took some really big deliveries for the barn, so I spent quite a lot of time moving huge slabs of insulation around. But because the day was so busy, I kind of felt the need to challenge myself to see whether I could actually fit my hour of writing in. And I did. I did the first half hour during the day in a couple of different sessions, and then I sat down in the evening and did my final 30 minutes and finished the day with about 2,200 words. Now there are definitely work days where I cannot do that because I'm simply too tired. My brain just will not function by 7 or 8 in the evening, but I did it yesterday and I was really pleased with myself. So I've written about 4,500 words over the last couple of days. I could write again today. I did feel like I was on a bit of a roll yesterday, but I think I would prefer to spend today on the marketing and try and tick a few more things off my to-do list. Now, these marketing days are a little bit trickier. When I'm writing, it's easy to get going. I know what I'm working on. I generally have one main project at once. The only thing that holds me up is having to stop and plan out a few chapters, but even that doesn't take very long. The marketing is more of a challenge. I have committed to spending 2 days a week, an hour on each day, marketing my books. But it's not always easy to know how to spend that time. Now, I could do social media marketing, but my social media accounts at the moment are not really set up to sell books, so posting to them doesn't do me much good in that respect. The other alternative is to run promotions and ads, which I have done in the past and I probably will be doing later this year, but that can get really expensive. The number of free ways to market your books that are not social media are fairly limited, but I don't want to spend my marketing time scrounging around for ideas and not getting anything done. Today at least, I do have some jobs on the to-do list. I recently took one of my series out of Kindle Unlimited. It's previously been on all the other bookstores, so I'm in the process of adding in a new cover, tweaking the blurb and re-uploading it to the other sites like Kobo, Apple Books, Google Play, places like that. So that's one job that's definitely going to take some of my marketing time today. The rest is probably going to go on video. I'm in two minds about this because I don't really intend for my video work on YouTube channel to sell books. That's not why I'm doing this, but it's also the closest thing I have to social media marketing. If I don't put the video work into the marketing days, I'm not really going to have time to do it. So I do have some marketing plans for later in the year when I have a few other bits and pieces written and finished. But in the meantime, a lot of these days are going to be taken up on video work because it would be a shame to not make the space for it in my life. I ended up spending my entire hour of marketing time today just uploading ebooks to different retailers. I uploaded them to Draft2Digital, which distributes to a number of different stores, and that didn't take too long, but I also uploaded to Google Play, and that is very slow. The site has improved in the last few years, but it is still a long way behind the other retailers for ease of use. So I spent my entire hour working on that. And since then, I've been working in the barn, I've been outside wheeling concrete around. I am going to be very good at handling a wheelbarrow by the end of this project. So it's now about 3:30, I am winding down for the day. I had hoped to do a bit more work this afternoon, either some of that video work or possibly a bit of writing. I do have a side project that I want to get back to. I only spent about half an hour on it last week, and it's very likely I will do the same again this week. But there are certain projects I work on that have no deadline and no publishing schedule, and I just pick away at them every now and then just for the fun of it. So I think the next couple of days are going to be writing days again, and I've also got some day job work to take care of, and then we will be able to wrap up the vlog and see how my new routine is working. It is Thursday afternoon. I will keep this update pretty short because my partner's computer is rendering something and it's making quite a lot of noise. Today has been a day of errands. We've been down into town and got some grocery shopping. That pretty much takes all morning. It's a really long process. But when we got back, I did write for half an hour. I've done just over 700 words. Now that's a little bit less than I would usually hope to write in half an hour, but I did do some really good planning for the end of the book. And I had one quite exciting realization. I was writing out the plot points that I want to finish the book with and putting them in order, and I realized that I don't actually have that many left. I was kind of feeling that I needed another big climax to end the book, and I've realised that I've actually written it already, which does mean that some of the chapters I've already written are going to need beefing up a bit. They're going to need a bit more action and a bit more character work, but that's fine because this is just a first draft. draft. Crucially, I probably have fewer words left to write in this draft than I thought. It could still be 10 to 15,000 words, but I was honestly thinking the book was going to go on much longer, and I've realised that it just doesn't need to. The bones of the story are there, and there's plenty of room in what I've already written to expand things, put in more action, more character revelations. I've already got all the plot and the backstory revealed that I wanted to be revealed towards the end of the book. So in edits, it really will just be a case of fleshing things out that I already have. That's another 2,000 word day wrapped up. I am really close to 70,000 words, like about 200 words off, so I will be doing those tomorrow. I've surprised myself by how well the words have flowed today, even though it's been a bit of a disjointed day and I have been busy, but I made time for my hour of writing and things just went really well. So I'm definitely enjoying the end of this book, probably more than I thought I was going to, because the section between about 50,000 and 60,000 words was a bit of a slog, but I'm getting into the flow of things now. I'm feeling more confident about finishing the book by the end of the month, and I've still got 2 more writing days to go this week. It is late on Friday afternoon and it is officially time to wrap up this vlog. I have just about done my hour of work for today and I've got about 1,700 words written. I will be happy if that's all I write today, honestly, because I've just wrapped up quite a pivotal chapter. The words were really flowing and I'm very happy with everything I've written today, so that would be a good place to stop. I just wanted to finish with a few closing thoughts about this experiment and how pleased I've been with it. It's a long time since I've tried a new writing routine that has gone so incredibly well for me. I think a couple of things have really made it work. One is that I've just made really good progress on my book. The focus this week has definitely been on the writing rather than the marketing, and that's exactly as it should be. I have written about 8,000 words so far this week and I've got 1 more writing day to do. I'm really happy with how things have gone. The book is now over 71,000 words and I am definitely closing on the end. But the big thing for me in this writing routine has been getting rid of guilt. By following this structure, I have been able to just write 5 days out of the week instead of every day. And I have also been able to stop after an hour of work, and in neither case have I felt guilty. This has been a big thing for me for many years. It's just really hard to know when to stop. If I have any spare time in my day, I feel like I should be working, but that isn't necessarily healthy. One thing I've really noticed this week is that it has been really nice to be able to put the writing away when I'm done for the day, and as a consequence I have actually had more free time despite writing more words. My writing has been in very intense focused sessions. I've been very productive, but I've also read a lot more, and I've been able to spend my evenings just relaxing and not getting loads of work done. So I have enjoyed this process immensely and I'm definitely going to be taking this routine forwards. It is going to be a little bit harder for me to find an entire hour every weekend day in which to work, so I will be trying to find a way around that. But certainly from Monday to Friday, this schedule has worked really well for me. So that's where I'm wrapping the vlog up. Thank you very much for watching. The next vlog is almost certainly going to be me finishing the draft of this book because I am so close now and I'm really enjoying powering through the last few chapters. So I will be back as soon as I can with that video. Until then, keep writing everyone, and I'll see you next time.